Geography, Standard 8, Chapter 5, Slow Earth Movements. Welcome to the Sundaram E-Class for Geography. In the preceding chapters, we have studied about the interior of the Earth and earthquake waves. Now, let us study how these changes actually take place. We will try to understand the slow Earth movements and their effects in this chapter. Slow Earth movements. The movements in the interior of the Earth that are caused by the continuous and slow emission of energy are called slow Earth movements. Slow Earth movements are caused due to the energy generated in the upper parts of the mantle, as it consists of tremendous amount of radioactive elements. Due to the flow of energy, movements are generated in the interior of the Earth. This energy moves in the form of waves. The slow Earth movements take place in horizontal and vertical direction. These movements give rise to mountains or continents through the process of folding and faulting. Effects of Earth movements. The effects of Earth movements are as follows: volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, formation of mountains or continents. Types of slow Earth movements. Slow Earth movements are of two types: A. Orogenic movements, B. Epiorogenic movements. The movements that give rise to mountains are called orogenic movements. Orogenic movements give rise to two types of mountains: fold mountains and block mountains. Fold mountains. Fold mountains are formed when soft rocks are subjected to compression. As a result, folds are developed. If the pressure is more, folds are large and acute. The layers of rock rise vertically and thus fold mountains are formed. For example, the Aravalli, the Himalayas, Alps, Rockies, Andes, etc. Block mountain. Sometimes, because of the movement in the interior of the Earth, energy waves move away from each other. Such conditions lead to the development of tension in the rock. As a result, rocks are fractured and they move past each other along the planes of fractures. These fracture lines are called faults. When a portion of the crust between two parallel faults is raised up, it looks like a block. So, it is called a block mountain. For example, the Meghalaya Plateau in India and the Black Forest Mountain in Europe. The tops of block mountains are generally flat. They do not have peaks. Their slopes are steep. Rift Valley. After learning about the formation of mountains, now let us see the formation of Rift Valley. When the movement in the interior of the Earth is in the opposite direction and divergent, it leads to tension in the Earth's crust. Sometimes, the land area between two parallel faults subside. Such areas of subsidence are called rift valleys. The slopes of rift valleys are quite steep. For example, the Great Rift Valley in Africa. Epiorogenic movements. The movements that give rise to continents are called epiorogenic movements. In such movements, the land subsides or rises. When a portion of the crust rises above sea level, it leads to the formation of continents. Hence, such movements are also called continent-building movements. Sometimes, such movements also give rise to formation of extensive plateaus.